All right, so we're on to 6.5b. So 6.5b, and this is going to be page 133. Okay, so what this is talking about is, let me zoom in for you, is using technology to formulate and solve square root equations. Okay, and so here's an example with a word problem. An investment firm modeled its profits between the years 1990 and 2012 using the equation P equals 1 6/10 times the square root of X minus 1989. Okay, where P is the profit in millions of dollars and X is the year. So we could use this model. What were the profits in the first year? So if it was asking me for the years, that's my X value, right? So I would substitute in for X. So notice right here, where X used to be, what did I substitute in with? 1990, right? Because that's what year it asked for. You could do this with mental math, or you could type it in the calculator. So when I type it in the calculator, I typed in 1 6/10 times 1990 minus 1989. And I got 1 6/10, right? So 1.6 million is how much they made their first year. Okay, so that's just simple evaluating, right? I give you the X, you plug it in, you give me my answer, correct? All right, solving. So here it asks, in what year was the company's profit? $6.79 million, right? That's now solving because it's telling me my profit, but I don't know the year it took place. So I have my dependent variable, but I need to solve for my independent variable. Could you look at this and solve it by hand? Could you not divide by 1.6? Isn't this what we've been doing? You could divide by 1.6 square and add 1989, right? Okay, now, if you wouldn't want to do that, then this is your other option. The other option is graphing. Now, I wrote the steps out for Desmos because it's a little finicky when it comes to graphing. So notice how I wrote y1 equals. So I wrote in y1, which is my first equation, the actual function, 1.6 times the square root of X minus 1989. So I put that in. Now my y2 in a normal 80 Ti 83, 84 Inspire calculator, you would have F1 and F2. However, in Desmos, when it's just a number, it wants you to just put y equals, okay? If you put y2 or y3, it won't graph it for some strange reason when it's just a number. So if I let y equal 6 79/100, when I graph them, I'm going to have to finagle the window, zoom in, zoom out, change my window. But what I'm looking for is where do they intersect, okay? Where they intersect is my solution. And I'm only worried about the X coordinate because I'm substituting in the X value, right? So when they intersect is at 2007. So in what year, approximately 2007, the company's profit would be 6.79 million. Okay, so I'm going to model that really quick, and then that will be it for unit 6. So I'm going to start a new Desmos blank graph. I'm going to put in the original, so y1 equals 1 square root of X minus 1989. So that's my y1. I can't see it, so I'm going to change the window so I can see it. It'll be a lot of zooming in and zooming out versus me just changing my window. So I'm going to change my window. My x-axis is entirely too small because I'm plugging in years, right? So I'm going to put this at 0. I'm going to put up to, let's just put up to 2000. And I'm going to count by 1,000. Okay, again, my y is all positives. Hopefully it's money positive. And I can count by 5s or whatever, or I can count by 1s. And I can bring this down because I'm only at 6. So this involves using a little bit of logic when you're setting that window. So boom, there's my graph, right? I can see it. So now I'm going to put in y equals 6.79. I put in y equals 6.79, and I'm going to locate their intersection, and bam, there's their intersection. And the intersection is at approximately 2007, right? So in 2007, the approximate profit would be 0.79 million. Okay, with this same logic, could you do this with almost all of your radicals? Yes, same thing. Okay, this is why when you have that extraneous, it's because you have a linear against a radical, and there's a small chance that it can hit it twice, but most of the time it's going to intersect only in one location. Okay. All right, that concludes Unit 6.